Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and the technicolor in between. This is Core Dive coming at you with a little bit of a more serious talk. Now, I talked a little bit earlier to the more general American public. This one's going out specifically to my military family. Most people don't know this, but I'm a military spouse or military veteran spouse at this point. My spouse got out not that long ago, but close enough. My spouse has been pretty worried about what's been going on. I still go to base because I got to pick up my meds from there. And I still see a lot of the action. Sit in the food court over here. All the men and women in uniform. I worry about them. So it's 1932 on a February evening in 2025, and I'm worried about them. Because I heard some pretty grave news today. Now, if you've been following all the recent reports, you've heard about all the recent decisions and the commander-in-chief and all his executive orders. He's fired so many people across the federal government, and it's supposedly been in the name of efficiency when the departments had next to no effect on efficiency on the overall budget. Let's take, for example, USAID. Come on. 1% of the budget, actually, slightly less. And it gave a disproportionate amount of PR across the world. Good PR, I might add. Huge boost because of the humanitarian aid it provided. This same man has given another man that we the people did not elect, nor have the officials that we did elect confirm. This man has gone on to have free reign to go through the entire government and cut departments as he saw fit in the name of efficiency. And he has. He has just gone after departments that if you went down a paper trail, you'd find that those departments were actually investigating his companies, by and large. They were trying to rein in that man's tendencies. And recently, that man set his sights on the Pentagon. The cull has begun. Now, our president calls our once allies enemies. And it's being reciprocated. 6 of 10 Canadians now think of the U.S. as an enemy because of the policies that have been put in place since the 20th of January of this year. All of Europe is ready to go to war with the United States because of the situation over Greenland and the Ukraine. And our president is cozying up to our once enemy. He tells lies to Putin to win his favor by calling Zelensky a dictator and says the Ukraine started the war with Russia, when it is Russia who invaded the Ukraine twice, I might add, and it is Putin who could be called the dictator. So I need you to think. Soon, all too soon, you are going to be asked to choose. Choose between what is right and what is easy. You are going to be asked to round up American citizens for camps, for rehabilitation, for re-education, for deportation, to move to other areas of the country. You're going to be asked to destroy evidence. Evidence of people, programs, objects, animals, of lives that matter, as if they never existed. You will be asked to lie, to cheat, to steal. And you will be told that this is good, that this is what is best for the country, what is best for your family, what is best for you. And if this scares you, if this sounds very off or like something from the past or something just from some weird movie, it should. It's happened before. It's happening again. Germany warned us. They lived through it in the 30s and 40s. Now that it's happening, the question before you is, what do you do now? You took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States of America above all else. If you don't know it, get a copy. Five Below was selling beautiful blue hardcovers of it. I'd print a copy if I had a digital. I'm sure Amazon has some, or another bookseller. Go to the library and Xerox it. Make sure you read it. Understand it. Discuss it. You should obey those appointed over you, yes. But lawful orders of those appointed above you. And you need to know the Constitution now more than ever to know when those orders are going to apply. When you are ordered and your order exceeds what it should, especially if the commander-in-chief has exceeded his authority, such as his latest executive order. We're not in a time of war. We're not in a time of unrest. We are not in martial law. Yet the president has declared that only he and the attorney general can decide what is legal. That is not his job. The legislative branch makes the laws. That is Congress. Congress made no law giving the president such power. The judicial branch determines if laws are just and follow the Constitution. That would be the entire judicial system up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court and a few lower courts have recently told the president several of his executive orders need to halt and be reviewed for being unconstitutional. The executive branch, to include the president, executes the laws the other two branches have come up with, and he does a final review of finished laws before they go into effect, so that the executive branch can ask questions on how to enact those laws. But the president has now decided he doesn't want to uphold the Constitution. He wants to do what he wants to do, and he is the law. The Constitution says no one person, no one party has complete power. This is how our founding fathers wanted the country. And this is how our country has run for over 2.5 centuries. Yeah, it's not perfect. But it was a fair sight better than being under a king or dictator. We were headed into a bright and better millennium. And now, we're suddenly losing all the rights that we fought for over the last century. And you, my dear men and women, will be the ones asked to execute the orders to go backwards. Yes, I'm just a spouse of a veteran. I was someone who was all too recently standing behind you, just like your families stand behind you, to support you, to keep the home fires burning while you are out there doing your jobs, proudly standing behind you. I implore you, brave, brave people, be aware, be ready, and be safe. Good night.